Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of Badass Direct Sales Mastery. I'm your host, your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger, helping you whip your business into shape. And today I have with me Luke Sutton. Now, Luke loves to help people. As an online marketer and content copywriter for over 25 years, he has helped many people make money in online home businesses, as well as helping business professionals get more leads and booked calls that turn into clients. These days, Luke focuses specifically on LinkedIn, helping professionals turn their LinkedIn presence into a lead engine with his full system of content, branding, outreach, and communication. LinkedIn is a goldmine for getting high-quality leads if you know how to go about it, and Luke helps you with that. Welcome to the show, Luke.
Hi, Jennie. My pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this because I have been dabbling on LinkedIn recently, playing a little more in that particular arena. And so when you reached out to me to say, hey, I'd love to be on your podcast, I was like, let's go. Because, not only for myself, but I know there's a lot of people, a lot of professionals, a lot of entrepreneurs who have questions about LinkedIn and they don't fully understand it. And frankly, I also know a lot of them don't even understand Facebook either. So, but let's focus on LinkedIn today. What made you go down the LinkedIn path for helping entrepreneurs?
Okay, well, first of all, I will mention this, that I don't consider LinkedIn a social media platform. It's a
Oh,
professional relationship building platform. There's a difference.
okay.
Very professional place. If you go to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they are social media platforms, and you can do some marketing there. In fact, you could do a lot of marketing there, but it's for certain types of marketing and maybe not so much for network marketing. So LinkedIn is a very, very professional place for all kinds of professions, including network marketing. So I focus on LinkedIn because a lot of people are looking to get leads, not just put out social posts like you see on Facebook. And so it's a great place, like I said, to get leads, but there is a way to go about it and there's a way to not go about it. So I help people with the correct way to do it.
That's awesome. And how is it that you've learned all of these things?
It's like anything else in life. It's like playing the piano. You just learn it by doing it, and consistency. Consistency is very, very important in getting involved in something. So, and in fact, that's what, when you mentioned before about you dabbling a little bit, one of the biggest aspects of being successful on LinkedIn and getting leads, booked calls, and sales is consistency.
Mhm.
And the LinkedIn algorithm looks at that. Are you consistently engaging every day with other posts, with meaningful comments and likes? Are you consistently posting
Mm.
with your own content? It doesn't have to be every single day, but I recommend 3 times a week is a good time, is a good amount.
Mhm.
So consistency is very huge in terms of the LinkedIn algorithm recognizing you, and that's what will extend your reach to more people on LinkedIn.
Gotcha. So when somebody is looking at their LinkedIn presence, what do you find is a really common mistake that people make on their LinkedIn, either
I'm,
their profile or their
yeah.
posting or, what's the biggest mistake that you see people making?
I'm laughing, Jenny, because so many people make not just one mistake, but many mistakes.
Mhm.
Let's start with the profile. Okay.
Okay.
It's with my clients, it's when I get a new client, one of the first things I do, actually, the first thing I do is we look at the profile, because That's what others are going to look at first. I
Mm.
can't stress enough the importance of your profile. First, your banner, then the headline. That's the verbiage below your profile photo, and your profile photo itself, and the about section. So let's talk about the profile for a moment because it's so important.
Yeah.
What most people do in their banner and their headline, because that's what's above the fold, that's what people are looking at first. They talk about their features, they talk about their credentials instead of leading with the most important thing, and that is benefits.
Mm.
People want to know when readers are looking at your profile, they want to know, what are my benefits? That's what they care about. The biggest question on people's mind is, what's in it for me? Even if they don't realize it, subliminally, in looking to buy anything or purchase services or products, they want to know, what are my benefits? And you need to present that in your profile up front. And so many people don't do that. It's one of the biggest mistakes. Even if you have an attractive looking banner, but you're not mentioning your benefits there, you're promoting yourself and your features and your credentials, it's not enough. You need to show your benefits. And with my own profile and the profiles that I transform, I always make sure that the benefits are upfront. And this is what will engage other people and have them want to look further at you and what you do.
Okay. So this already has me thinking about, my own LinkedIn profile. And I'm trying to remember, I'm like, what do I have for my cover image? And I think I have my podcasts listed. Like, I think I have my podcast, like, cover art, all three of them listed across the top of mine. So this has me thinking now, should I instead maybe put a testimonial, a short quote as a testimonial from one of my clients? Should I, you know, is that a good way to present an outcome or a benefit like you were talking about?
Okay, well, I'm looking at your profile right now. So tell me what one a couple of the major benefits that people get from working with you. What is your goal in terms of the people that you want to engage with and work with?
I would say, based on what clients have told me over the years, is they feel more confident in their selling process and sales conversations. And and on the podcasting side, they're making more money for their podcast.
Okay. So when I look at your profile now, it's attractive and you have a very nice color scheme. Your profile photo is just beautiful. And even though your banner is attractive, it's not giving anybody the impression of what the benefits are. You've got three graphic images, one that says badass direct sales mastery, another one says badass podcast mastery, the other one says what you need to grow. Okay. So when I look at that, it's interesting, it's attractive. I have no idea what it means. I have no idea what my benefits will be. And then
Mm,
in your headline, which is the verbiage below your name, it says podcast host, executive producer, monetization coach, and trainer. Again, you're leading with your features, your credentials. That you probably know this, but on
yeah,
LinkedIn, there are a huge amount of podcast hosts and
yeah.
executive producers. And one of the things that I do, one of the biggest things, most important things I do with my clients is in their profile, I do what I can to help them stand out in their industry. I work with a ton of coaches, and there are so many coaches out there. It's very, very competitive. So in the banner, in the headline, in the about section, everything I do, I make you stand out in your industry. So you need to create that competitive edge. So again, between your banner and your headline, you're talking about your credentials. It's attractive looking, but you don't get a sense of your benefits here at all.
Nothing that makes somebody go, I need to learn more.
No, again, so for instance,
Right.
when I go to mine, okay, I'm very, very clear about what I do. And right there in my banner, which is also very attractive, I've got a great profile photo, but I'm clearly stating what people would be interested in. Now, my target audience on LinkedIn is pretty broad. It's people looking to get more leads, booked calls, and potentially clients on LinkedIn. But there are a lot of people, particularly ghostwriters on LinkedIn. So I don't just bill myself as a ghostwriter. I have a system. So
Mm.
what I say on my banner is, I'm looking at it right now, turn your LinkedIn presence into a lead engine with my system of LinkedIn content, branding, outreach, and communication. I give my credentials a little bit, 26 years online marketing content, copywriting experience. And then in the headline, I do pretty much the same. So when people look at my profile without even scrolling down, they are very clear on the benefits I'm providing. And no matter what your profession is, if you're a coach, if you're a fractional COO, you're a financial advisor, it doesn't matter. You're involved in network marketing. Right there above the fold in your banner and your headline, you want to let people know what the benefits are, what they will get from working with you. That's what's most important. And so many people aren't doing that. Going back to your original question
Yeah.
about mistakes. Okay, there's that. Now, in the post, in their content for their posts, many people are making the same mistake over and over again, multiple mistakes. Number one, even if you're a good writer, writing content for articles and books is and magazines, very, very different than writing content for LinkedIn. So the LinkedIn content should always have a hook, and that's the first 3 lines of your LinkedIn post, and it's got to be something that will stop the scroll. Imagine this: people are scrolling. I mean, I'm sure you do the same thing. People are scrolling on LinkedIn. When they come to a post that's got a visual and those first 3 lines, it's got to be something that stops their scroll, that gets their interest, that looks at that makes them very curious. Okay, and it's got to create what I call a pattern interrupt in the brain, and I call it the wait what hook. It's like, wait, what? They ha- they have to click that more button. They want to know more based upon what's in the hook. So the hook is extremely important. Most people on LinkedIn are not even including a hook at all. It's just like they're writing an essay or an article. That
Hmm.
doesn't. And then when you open it up, their entire content is bloated with heavy paragraphs, not enough open white space. You have to make it easy to read. So that's about structure. So you have to have the hook. And storytelling. People love stories. You hook them with a story. So the first 3 lines, I always start out with the beginning of a story, and it creates them curious. And then when they open it up, it continues on with the story. It gives it more context. And something that people can resonate with. You want people to resonate with your content. And then I always bridge it back to what I am doing, what I offer, and end it with a good CTA, call to action. That's
Yeah.
the formula for good post. And so many people are not doing that and wondering why they're getting little or no engagement. And
Right.
another thing I help people with is how to turn that around. I'm a LinkedIn ghostwriter as well as a branding specialist. And a lot of people hire me to, a lot of busy professionals, they don't have time to write their own posts and do it well. So they hire people like me to do it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and one of the things that stands out for me and what you just talked about on the post side is the call to action piece, right? And, based on, like I said, I'm dabbling on LinkedIn. So I've been doing some scrolling to see like what are people putting out there. And it seems like, and maybe it's just who's in my network, it seems like there's like two kinds of posts with two kinds of call to action. And it seems like they're either the call to action is either like buy my thing, which
Mm.
I'm going to say one finger pointed out, three fingers pointed back at me. I've done that same thing. Hey, you guys should buy my thing if you want to do blah, 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 blah. Right. But the other one that I've seen has been, let's talk, right? Or they ask a question, like they start a conversation by asking a question. Is that the route by which you recommend? Is that the kind of call to action that you generally help your clients with?
Okay, this is a good question. And it's a very important point. And the answer is both are valid, except I wouldn't say a CTA should be about buying my thing. It should be about your lead magnet. It's important to be able to give away something for free. So
Yeah.
you never want to pitch something in the end in your CTA where you're trying to get somebody to buy from you. You want to inspire them to click on your lead magnet, which is often in your featured section. That's free, a free giveaway. And there's all kinds of free giveaways. Mine is a free LinkedIn audit. I offer a free LinkedIn audit to people where I give you tips and advice on how to improve your LinkedIn presence so you can get more leads, book calls, and sales. And that's one CTA that I offer. And then people go to my feature section. I have a nice graphic there. They just click on that and they book a call with me. Okay. That's a CTA. Another one is like what you said, and I use this one as well. You ask a relevant question at the end pertaining to your content, and then you say, and I have a little graphic, a little icon with a pointy finger saying, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments. So first I ask the question that relates to the content, what have you done in blah, 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 blah? How do you feel in this situation? It has to be a question that pertains to the content. And then you say, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Now, sometimes I use only that and I don't have anything else where I'm trying to sell myself. Sometimes I do both. I have the question and I say, and if you like to experience effective communication, because I often talk about communication, which is
Yeah.
very important. If you'd like to experience effective communication, book a call with me. My link is in my features section, so on and so on. Okay, something like that. So that's the formula for doing posting. But also, let's now talk about DMs, the proper way to do DMs.
Ooh, yes.
Also, a communication specialist. The lead and book calls happen in the DMs, the direct messages. Posts give you visibility, and you want to write your posts so that you get engagement, so people engage with you with likes and comments, and then you respond to those comments. And responding to those comments is very important. That sort of opens the door a bit. But then when you start to have DMs, direct messaging with people, you never want to start out pitching. It's called pitch slapping. And too many people are still doing that. And it's a big turnoff, and you'll never get a response from anybody with that. Okay. You want to start out by showing interest in the other person. You want to get familiar with them, look at their profile, learn about them a little bit. And then your opening DM should be some questioning to them about what they do. Hey, I'd like to know more about what you do. Jenny, I see you're a podcast host. Tell me more about what you do.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of thing. And then even the follow-up in that conversation should still be more about them. Inevitably, people get around to saying, and what do you do? And that's your doorway to talk about what you do. But it should be conversational. It should never be pitching. It should never even smell like pitching. It should just be conversational, because what you're wanting to do there is build trust. People will want to work with you if they trust you. And this is the same for network marketers. There are a load of network marketers on LinkedIn. I used to be a network marketer, and I use LinkedIn as one of my lead generation methods. So even, as a network marketer, you want to build trust on LinkedIn. If you want to, talk with people about whatever network marketing service or product you're promoting, the company you're with, you want to be able to create trust. You don't want to pitch. You want to start out, like I said, showing interest in the other person. Like let's say you're in a network marketing business and you're looking to get real estate people involved, because a lot of people in real estate insurance, they're also involved in network marketing.
Yep.
So maybe you go to a group of real estate agents and you start making connections. You always want to make connections first. And then once the connection is accepted, you don't want to start pitching your network marketing business. You want to show interest in their real estate. Hey, I hear that these days real estate is down in certain markets. There's a lot of competition. How is it in your area? See, it's an interesting question to ask a real estate agent.
Right.
And then they will respond. Okay. So you want to make it about them, and then slowly, gradually find a way to open the door to talk about what you do and how you might be able to help them. But it's got to be gradual. It's got to be done in a very delicate way where, again, you're not pitching, you're helping.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think that's where a lot of network marketers find difficulty in starting those conversations, is because they're trying to jump ahead too quickly, like you said. And this isn't just network marketers. This happens, oh my gosh, I every single day. Every single day I get a message on LinkedIn from someone trying to sell me something. And it's not just network marketers. It's, podcast producers and editing teams and social media managers and blah, 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 and other coaches, hey, I can help you do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how do you know I even have that problem?
Exactly.
Right?
They have
You know nothing about me.
they know nothing about you. And that's my point. I talk about a lot on my posts the energy behind communication because
Mm,
every conversation, every direct message, when you're on Zoom doing a book call, your verbal way of communicating, your voice inflection, your facial expressions, every bit of communication has an energy behind it, a vibratory frequency. And
yes.
that's what people are feeling. They're not, it's not so much about the words, it's the feeling that they're getting. And that's what you want to do. You want to communicate in a way, whether it's with the written word or the verbal word, with your facial expressions, if it's on a Zoom book call. You want to communicate in a way that people feel your authenticity. They feel your honesty and sincerity.
Yeah.
I've done a load of YouTube videos over the years for a lot of affiliate marketing and network marketing programs I've been involved in. They're still out there,
Yeah.
those videos. And I still get calls from people today, even though I'm not promoting those things anymore. And here's what they say: Luke, I saw your video, and there are several other people promoting the same thing, but I want to go with you because of your honesty and sincerity. And I could tell you really want to help people. That's what they say to me.
Yeah.
And they're just feeling it from me. It's a feeling. And that's what I'm talking about, the energy, the vibratory frequency. So no matter how
Yes.
you're communicating with people, people also smell desperation. Let's say you're
Mhm.
a network marketer, especially if you're new to network marketing and you want to get that first person, you want to make that first sale, that first recruit. You have to watch to make sure that you're not coming from a place of desperation. They feel that in terms of
Mhm.
energy as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, like, had my own light bulb moment with this because I would regularly hear from people either on my team when I was still active in network marketing, or I would hear from other people. Maybe they weren't on my team, but they were potential uh, team members, right? And I'd say, "Well, you can do this, and I can show you," and da da da. And their response was, "Yeah, of course you can do that. You're Jenny. You can do that." And I never really understood where that was coming from until just now, because for me, my energy was always, "How can I help you?" Not, "What can I sell you? What can I do?" It's, "How can I help you?" So if I could help someone by getting them a piece of jewelry that made them feel more confident, great. If I could help them by starting their business, great. If I could help them by introducing them to someone else who could help them fix their leaky toilet, or their leaky roof, right? It didn't matter, right? It was always, "How can I help you?" Everything came from a place of how can I leave you better than I found you?
Right. No matter what you're involved in, whether you're a real estate broker, an insurance agent, a network marketer,
Yeah.
and you're dealing with people, because in your mind, you do have a goal. I mean, you do have an agenda.
Yeah.
You want to make that sale. You want to be able to recruit that person into your network marketing company. And that's okay. That may be your agenda, but you need to present yourself in a way, like you just said, where you're helping people. And it can't be faked. This is so important, Jenny. It can't be fake. You have to really feel. Good network marketers, the really most successful network marketers, are people that truly want to help others.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So when I would talk to a prospect, when I was doing this, I would let them know, hey, when I work with you, and these are the words I used to say, and the way I used to say it. When I work with you, I'm going to be there to help you every step of the way. I know you're new at this, but I can guarantee you I will be there for you. You can call me on the phone. I always answer my phone. You can leave a message for me. I always respond quickly, and I will be there to help you. So I would say something like that to put them at ease. And you see the way I said it too?
Mm.
It's a way that's letting them know that I really, it sounds like he really does want to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an energy behind it. It can't, like I said, it can't be faked. So that's communication is so incredibly important. We talked about the profile. the proper way to post, the proper way to communicate.
Yeah.
All these things combined help you to be more successful on LinkedIn.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I know that there's so much more to LinkedIn than we've even covered here today. And we can't take forever to talk about these things because the episode must come to an end at some point. And so, Luke, you already mentioned that one of the things that you do with people is you'll do a LinkedIn audit. You'll go check out their page, their profile, and give them some quick tips about their cover page or their cover image, their headline, and maybe some of their posts. And so, how can they reach out to get a hold of you to book that LinkedIn audit?
Okay, well, I think you're going to provide an actual link that they can click on. Is that correct? Where they can
That's
go,
right.
because if you search for Luke Sutton on LinkedIn, there are a lot of Luke Suttons out there.
Yeah.
So if you have a link, an actual clickable link that you will provide to your audience, they could just click on that, go to my LinkedIn, you'll see my picture. Like I said, it's very clear in my banner. It says, that I could help you turn your LinkedIn presence into a lead engine with my system. So once they see that, they know they got the right person.
Abso-freaking-lutely. I love it. So, of course, Badass Crew, if you've been listening for any amount of time, all you have to do to find Luke's link to his LinkedIn is grab your phone, as long as you're not driving, click on today's episode, scroll under Luke's picture, and in the episode notes, in the show notes, depending on which app you're listening from, you will see Luke's LinkedIn link where you can just directly click it, go connect with him, follow him, and send him a message in order to get that LinkedIn audit and let him know you found him through the
Actually,
Badass Direct Sales Mastery podcast.
it's very simple to book a call. I've got a link right there that says book a free call with
Oh,
me.
cool. Oh,
And
yeah, there it is.
yeah, they just click on that. It'll go to my calendar booking. They just choose what they want, and that's it.
Oh, even better. Yeah, he's not kidding. It's right under his headline. There's a blue book a free LinkedIn audit link that you can click, guys. So go ahead and do that. You don't even have to send him a message. You can just put yourself on his calendar. That is awesome. Luke, thank you so much for being here and sharing your expertise in LinkedIn and effective communication. I so appreciate you.
My pleasure, Jenny. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And Badass Crew, you know how this goes. Stay tuned because there's another badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jenny Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.